Today we are going to learn a very important Hebrew idiomatic statement, meaning we're going to learn some Hebrew idiom. It's a Hebrew idiom. And what it means is, the word is mel yad in Hebrew. It means to consecrate. To consecrate is to make something holy or devoted to God, right? So in Exodus 28:41, the literal translation of this word is telling Aaron to consecrate yourselves to serve the Lord. In other words, to fill your hand with something to serve the Lord, to fill your hand with provision, with authority, with what is necessary to serve the Lord. This calls to remembrance. Paul in 2 Corinthians 6:7, by truthful speech in the power of God with weapons of righteousness in the right hand and for the left. So Paul was alluding to this as well. This was a very known discipline, a known approaching of God. God is not tame. We must approach him the way he is acceptable. We can't just approach him any way we want. We have to approach him in the way that is acceptable to him, because he is the ineffable majesty on high. And you don't just, if you were killed walking in the presence of a human monarch and you didn't lift up the scepter, imagine with God. All right, this is they're just human monarchs. So Deuteronomy 16 tells us, they shall not appear before me empty-handed. God is very clear about this. So how do we consecrate ourselves? What is a tangible way that we can devote ourselves to the Lord, set ourselves aside, and have our hands filled? How can we have these weapons of righteousness in the right hand and left that Paul speaks of? Okay, now we're going to get to that right here. We're going to learn something here today about filling the hand. So Joel 2:15 tells us to declare a fast, to consecrate a fast, to consecrate yourselves, right? So this is how they would consecrate themselves. This is why all throughout Scripture, you hear Paul alluding to fasting. Death is working in us, but life is working in you. Always carrying around in the body the death of Christ, that the resurrection life of Christ might be revealed. I see this even with tears. Many live as enemies of the cross of Christ. Their destiny is destruction. Their glory is in their shame. Their minds are set on earthly things. Their God is their stomach. As long as we serve this stomach, serve this God of our stomach, and it's very vital that we understand food is not evil. But now is not the time to be distracted with food. Grace is given to those who humble themselves. It's good for the heart to be strengthened by grace and not by foods. For those who were so occupied, we're not benefited, because we have an altar to eat from, which those who serve in the tabernacle have no right to eat from.